Hi, Aries. Welcome to the weekly tea. This is a brand new series that I've put together for you guys. You guys have been asking me to put together some sort of weekly check-in reading for over a year at this point. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. Please do give me your honest and sincere feedback in the comment section. You guys know I really value your opinions. So I will tell you that if you guys like these readings, then the game plan is moving forward to offer these every single Tuesday. So it will be the Tuesday tea and tarot readings for you guys. So do again, let me know how you like this. I will put a detailed outline of everything we're going to be covering in this reading in the box below. A couple of quick things before we dive in. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Number one. Number two, if you guys are interested in learning how to read tarot yourself, you should definitely check out my brand new tarot course, which is now available in a 100% on-demand format. So you can kind of work through it on your own time, at your own pace, at your leisure. So it is called Tarot for Transformation. I will put all of the deets about that in the box below. And last but not least, if you're not already following me on Instagram, head over there and follow me. I am going to be putting a lot more content on Instagram in the upcoming days and weeks and months. So if you guys are into my readings, you really look forward to the new content I put up on YouTube, definitely check that out for just more additional sort of bonus readings, little mini readings, daily card pulls, and things like that. So Aries, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into your reading. So this is going to be for the week of Tuesday, October 13th. Which is today, also happens to be the start of Mercury retrograde. Yay! And I just want to throw it out there, Aries, that, Mercury retrograde obviously gets a terrible rap because it can be a bit disruptive for a lot of people. And I do want to say that there is a way for us all to harness the energy and utilize it in a very productive way. So don't be that person that just wants to get angry and blame everything on the retrograde. Instead, let's all do our best to have a good attitude about it and try to harness it in a great positive way. Furthermore, another huge astrological event this week, this upcoming week will be in just a few days, which will be a new moon in the sign of Libra. So obviously, Libra is, 7th house energy, very much about partnerships, relationships, things of that nature. So be on the lookout for those sorts of themes that are popping up perhaps in your life in the upcoming week. So first things first, what we're going to check out here, Aries, is just your vibe. So what is your overall vibe this week? So what is the overall vibe for my Aries out there watching? So for the week of October the 13th, 2020. What's Aries vibe? Woo, 10 of Wands. Another sign got this. I'm trying to recall who it was. It was, I'll go ahead and say, I feel like it was maybe Taurus or Aquarius maybe. One of those two. Just throwing it out there. Oh, I really like this, Aries. I'm going to pull one more. I'm already getting a very clear read off of the two cards that we've got. One more, please. Overall vibe of the week for my Aries out there watching. Oh, this is so good. So bottom of the deck, this is like the icing on the cake, I feel like. This really ties it up with a nice bow. We've got this 8 of Cups, okay? So what I'm seeing for you this week, Aries, is an opportunity to walk away from something that has really been weighing you down. Something that has been this 10 of Wands. Perhaps this has just been a very, a heavy cycle that you have been stuck in for quite a while. Something heavy that you've been holding on to and carrying around with you. This is the week where you can finally unburden yourself. And the way that you're going to be able to do that the most successfully is 9 of Cups. This is you finally focusing on you and filling up your own cup, focusing on what makes Aries happy, okay? And then we've got this energy of the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is very much about, recognition. It can indicate like being, very much so validated, being validated for your strengths and your talents and your abilities. And sometimes this card has negative connotations for me. I'm going to be honest with you, Aries. Like it can sometimes sort of indicate like caring too much about what other people think. So I do want to point this out. For some of you, this burden, this thing that has been so heavy and has been weighing you down may be the opinions of other people, okay? So for those of you out there that message resonates with, I'm here to tell you, this is the week where you just say, fuck it. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. This is my life. And I'm going to do me. I'm going to live the way that I see fit. I'm going to live in a way that makes me happy. And I'm going to do so unapologetically. Drop the mic. That is just what I'm picking up. And the energy of this week, Aries, is very much supporting you in that sort of, taking that sort of path. So let's see what else we can pick up for you this week, Aries. So this is a brand new Oracle deck, by the way, guys, that I've only had for like a week or so. And I brought the box out because I really want to promote it. Like, I don't know the person that made this or anything, but I've just been so impressed with it. It's one of my favorite Oracle decks that I've purchased in quite a while. It is called Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. I feel like it's like a perfect little treat yourself October, Halloween, witchy sort of like little treat that you could give yourself. So I may even buy an extra one and do a giveaway for you guys before the month is through. So for those of you that are into getting your own decks, I highly recommend it. So we've already got a card popping out here. Woo, we got another one. So let's dig into this. Oh, I love this already. So the very first card that popped out for you, Aries, is this card that says Homeward. And the caption says, take yourself out on a date. And this is that 9 of Cups vibe, baby. This is like a treat yourself kind of week, okay? Like, Aries, this is a week for you to really embrace, like, just, embracing the idea and, the belief that, and it is the truth. It is the most truest thing there is, which is we are all responsible for our own happiness in this lifetime. And somehow, some way, that truth has been completely fucking skewed for so many of us. And we get sort of brainwashed sometime between the time we're born and adulthood into thinking that our happiness is not our own responsibility. Like, adopting this ideology that it's the responsibility of like our soulmate or our, this perfect match that we're all on the hunt for, or perhaps like a job or money or something external to us. And for many of us, like, we have to kind of unlearn that bullshit and get down to the truth, get back to our most innocent self, like we were as infants before we were impressed upon by society and conditioned by the bullshit. For some of you, I'm picking up that like that's a journey you've had to go through, is sort of unlearning bullshit, and finally getting back to the truth and realizing, oh, wait a second. I can't allow my happiness to be hinged on what other people think of me, or, whatever that looks like for you, Aries. And to look at this other card that came out. The title of the card says Thorns. And the caption says, weave together the crown you deserve. And I love this. I feel like this is sort of, I think there's many ways you could interpret that energy, but to me, this is almost like the saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I feel like that has been like sort of the theme of 2020 for you, Aries. Like life may just keep giving you fucking lemons, and you know what? You guys are just like, come at me, bro. Bring it on. Like you guys are getting super good at not letting external factors affect you so profoundly, and you're getting better and better at it by taking more and more ownership and responsibility for your own happiness. You're taking the thorns and you're weaving them into the crown you deserve, and you're putting it right on top of your head, and you are filling up your own cup, 9 of Cups. You're taking ownership and responsibility for your well-being and your happiness. Fuck yes, that is amazing. This is a week for you to say, good job, me, and celebrate yourself. Take yourself out on a date. Treat yourself. Let me know in the comments how you plan on doing so, because I love ideas that I can steal so that I can treat myself as well. And a lot of us do forget to do that. Some of us are over givers. That is another thing that many of us are sort of programmed, that, kind of codependent bullshit sort of stuff that we end up having to unlearn, right, as adults. And so, I'm super pumped for you guys this week. I feel like your energy is awesome. Let me know once again in the comments, like how this is resonating with you. So let's keep going here, Aries. So, excuse me. Next, we're going to tap into something that you need to be mindful of in the week ahead. So what is something that my Aries out there watching needs to be mindful of? What's something Aries needs to be mindful of in this upcoming week? 9 of Cups again. I mean, you can't make this shit up, Aries. I love it. I love it when we have this sort of clarity. Keep doing you, okay? This week is all about you. Keep focusing on you. Keep investing in yourself. Keep prioritizing filling up your own cup. Don't let anybody or anything take your eyes off that prize, okay? Don't get sucked back into maybe old patterns that were not serving you. Patterns that led you down a road in which you were relying on other people or external factors to fill up your cup, okay? So that is something to be mindful of. And I will tell you, with all of the retrograde, the new moon in Libra, a lot of these movements and astrological events this week can create a climate that kind of pulls us back into past, what's comfortable from the past, perhaps patterns that you have been working so hard to overcome. So the key here, Aries, for you, it's nothing to get stressed about or worry about. It's all about just staying mindful. As long as we are present and we are mindful of what's going on, then we're not the victim. We're not the victim. when we're mindful, it's basically equivalent to us, having a tight grip on the pen that writes the story of our life, okay? And I quite love that analogy. Some of us give that pen away and we allow somebody else to write our life story. And it's usually a story in which we're not the star. And fuck that. Like, we're all supposed to be the star of our own story. Like, this is our life. This is our human experience that we're having. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are meant to be at the center of that. That doesn't make us selfish. And frankly, I feel like that's another one of those sort of like pre-programmed, ideas that we have to unlearn. I know for me personally, that hits very close to home. I grew up in an environment in which I had, one of my parents very much made me feel that way. Like, comments were made anytime that, a boundary was attempted to be set. There would be comments made like, oh, you're so selfish, things like that. And that can really fuck with somebody. And I had to unlearn that stuff. I had to get to a point where I realized, like, wait, it's actually okay. Not only is it okay, it's what's right for me to prioritize myself and to fill up my own cup first. It's not selfish for me to prioritize me. It's not selfish to say no. It's not selfish. Doesn't make me a selfish, bad person to not want to constantly self-sacrifice. So, take all of that as it resonates. I don't know why I felt compelled to share that, but I feel like some of you, that may be something relatable or something that may really resonate with you. So let me know in the comments. But yeah, like, just don't, if that does resonate with you, I feel like that's something you've really done a great job working through, Aries. And you guys are finally in that place where you are prioritizing you. Like, you are finally comfortable saying no, setting a boundary. And you have found a way to turn anything that's thrown at you, any situation, into lemonade. And you are, you're better for it. So anything else that my Aries needs to be mindful of this week? I love this. Look at we've got the Fool. Aries, like, just hold the vision, baby. Like, continue to just, have that zest for life. Continue to go, like, towards your highest excitement. Continue to, kind of treat every day like an adventure. I feel like perhaps that is the energy you've been in recently, and it is serving you. Like, it looks good on you. So keep it up. And if, perhaps some of you, like, you haven't quite been doing that, but you've, that resonates, like, that feels like something you would like to do. I mean, that is a very Aries energy. Trying new things, starting new things. Aries is the beginning. Aries is the start, the creator energy. And that is so, like, that is very much just the epitome of Aries. And so don't ever resist that. Like, don't try to resist that vibe. Just roll with the vibe. Roll with the wave of energy. The more that you can keep doing that, and I feel like that's perhaps something you guys have figured out, is not to buck the system, like, not trying to fight so hard against the current, but just swimming with it and going with the flow. Keep doing that, okay? Keep doing that. So what does Aries need to surrender this upcoming week? So what do my Aries out there watching, what do they need to surrender in this upcoming week? Sir, look at you cannot make this shit up. Like, it's so funny whenever this happens, and it happens all the time. And I don't know why I get like so excited every single time. Like it's the first time it's happened. I just fucking love reading tarot. But anywho's, I digress. So this card says surrender to setting limits. This card is all about setting healthy boundaries. So I know, like, it may not be resonant with all of you, but I know there has to be a good portion of you out there in Aries Nation that totally resonated with that whole spiel I had on the healthy boundaries. So I'm going to read this card to you guys. So it says, surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Drop the mic. And I think I said this earlier in the reading. This is like you guys are getting to a place where you are ready to just be unapologetic about it. And I feel like you guys have worked so hard to get to this point. In the past, I feel like perhaps you were that person that was constantly apologizing, constantly feeling some sort of guilt or obligation to be everything to everyone at all times, never prioritizing yourself. And for many of you, this was like, the reason, a lot of the motivation behind it was, like it or not, and this is the truth for most people that are like this, it's a way of seeking validation and love, and this is often like a childhood thing, like something we're conditioned to believe. And it is 100% of the time ends in suffering. It ends in suffering because, as I know that you likely now have realized, anytime we attach our self-worth, our value, or our need for love to anything outside of ourselves, we're cruising for a bruising. We're just asking for that to hit a wall and to get stuck in a state of suffering. I feel like you guys have worked so hard, and once again, you have really you've realized that. And not only have you realized it, but you have actually taken action to not be the victim anymore and to step up and to be all of those things for yourself. Kudos to you guys. I mean, I love this. You guys are, I feel like you guys have just made a lot of progress, and this week is a great time for you to celebrate that. So last but not least here, Aries, let's pull a final card here that is just the perfect affirmation for you guys in this upcoming week. So what is the perfect affirmation for my Aries out there watching? I'm going to get one more. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to take the one that popped up first. This is so the vibe. And I'm getting cold chills. Ooh. Y'all know. Well, if you're new to the channel, when I get those cold chills, whoo, it's like my intuition is just screaming like, yes, this is the perfect ending, the perfect compliment to sort of tie up the reading. And this card says, I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. I feel like this has been like a journey that you guys have been on in 2020. You guys have had to work through so much shit to finally get to a point where you finally believe that. Like you finally have woken up and finally actually for real believe it. Believe that you are worthy of feeling good. You guys have had to shed so many of those layers of bullshit where you felt guilty, felt like you weren't enough. Perhaps were constantly seeking that validation from others. Perhaps like constantly letting the way others treated you or reacted to you. You were letting that dictate your everything every day. And that shit is like exhausting. And now you're like, you guys have figured it out. And you're like, nope, don't have to do that shit anymore. You've realized that you can provide all of it for yourself. So absolutely gorgeous reading. And I'm going to read you this last affirmation, Aries, which says, when I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. And I feel like this is just where you guys are at right now. Like you guys have really, you have found consistent ways to connect with your higher self, perhaps. Perhaps in the past, you didn't really trust the universe. You didn't trust that you would be taken care of. And little by little, you guys have, inched closer and closer, and now you believe it. So don't stop believing, Aries, in the week ahead. And yeah, just take this week and just bask in the glory of it. This 9 of Cups. Treat yourself in whatever that looks like for you. Definitely let me know in the comments below what that looks like for you. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Aries. I love you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to check out my brand new tarot course. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at the Rosy Tarot, spelled just like that. And until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Mwah. Peace.